Daily hidden microstressors add up to raise cortisol and disrupt your gut health. This might show up as bloating that appears out of nowhere or a crushing exhaustion that you feel even after a full night's sleep. I'm Dr. Kenny Middlestat, a functional medicine practitioner and root cause health detective. I've seen one pattern emerge time and time again, and that is a compromised gut. And it's almost always the starting point in a functional medicine workup. You've tried cutting out the junk food or you're chugging water, but what if I told you that some of those healthy choices, along with a few innocent daily habits, are secretly waging war on your gut health? In this video, we're going to expose the 10 biggest culprits when it comes to gut health and stress, and give you simple swaps to finally get you feeling like yourself again. These everyday saboteurs are fueling chronic inflammation and could be the real reason you're feeling off and unable to get ahead. First, let's quickly cover why your gut is so incredibly important. Think of your gut microbiome as a beautiful, diverse garden. It's home to trillions of bacteria and other microbes, both good and bad. When your garden is in balance, you feel fantastic, and this translates to ideal health. Your digestion is smooth, your energy is up and consistent, and your mind is sharp. But when that garden is disrupted, a state called dysbiosis, the weeds or the bad bacteria start to take over. This can lead to a breakdown of your gut's protective lining, a condition that many in functional health call leaky gut. This increased intestinal permeability can allow toxins and undigested food particles to escape into your bloodstream and trigger inflammation all over your body. Many of the saboteurs on our list are direct causes of this imbalance. And here's the bigger picture. Inflammation, broadly, sits at the root of virtually every chronic condition, from depression to diabetes, from cardiovascular disease to arthritis. Building gut resilience isn't optional. It becomes a necessary part of healing the whole system. All right, so let's begin our countdown. As you listen, think about one change you're willing to try this week from these 10. Number 10 is a sedentary lifestyle. You might not connect a lack of movement with your digestion, but they're actually deeply intertwined. You see, a sedentary lifestyle slows everything down, including the movement of food and waste through your system. This sluggish pace leads to constipation, bloating, and that general feeling of being backed up, which causes further issues downstream. Even worse is a lack of physical activity reduces the diversity of your gut microbes, and just like an ecosystem, diversity is the key to a healthy, resilient gut. The fix is simple, and it doesn't require you to live at the gym. Just take 10-minute walks right after your biggest meals. This is amazing for digestion, but also helps to stabilize your blood sugar to get that double whammy benefit. If you're at a desk, set a timer, stand up, and stretch a few minutes every hour. If that afternoon sluggishness isn't just about movement, our next point might reveal the real reason why. Number 9 is sleep deprivation. If you're burning the midnight oil, you're also burning out your gut. Your gut microbes operate on a circadian rhythm just like you do. When your sleep is inconsistent or just not enough, you throw their entire world into chaos as well. Research shows that even just a couple bad nights of sleep can mess with your gut microbiome, reducing your good bacteria. This disruption spikes stress hormones like cortisol, and it ramps up inflammation, which can damage the gut lining. So it creates this vicious cycle. Poor sleep harms your gut, and an unhealthy gut makes it harder to get good sleep. The solution is make 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep non-negotiable. We're talking number 1 in terms of priority of the lifestyle pillars. Create a relaxing bedtime routine. Dim the lights, shut the screens down an hour to 90 minutes before bed, and make your bedroom a cool, dark, quiet sanctuary. To really supercharge your sleep-wake cycle, try to get just 10 minutes of morning sunlight as soon as you can after waking up. Now let's move from your bedroom to the pantry. What we're covering next is how certain popular foods might be starving your good microbes, and I'll share a simple 80-20 fix. Number 8 is ultra-processed foods. This one might seem obvious, but ultra-processed foods, think packaged snacks, sugary drinks, frozen meals, and fast food, are packed with ingredients that your gut hates. Emulsifiers, which are added to things like ice cream and creamy salad dressings for texture, can actually erode the protective lining of your intestines. This gives harmful bacteria a direct path to your gut wall where they can trigger inflammation. These foods are also almost always low in fiber. This is the main fuel source for your good gut microbes. So when you starve your good microbes, the bad guys can take over. Start by following at least an 80-20 rule and focus on making 80% of your diet whole, unprocessed foods. Shoot for 25 to 35 grams of fiber per day from a variety of plants like fruits, veggies, nuts, seeds, and beans. Your gut will thank you for it. Number 7 is artificial sweeteners. So you've swapped out regular soda for a diet one, thinking that you're making the healthy choice. Unfortunately, your gut and other body systems might disagree. A growing body of research shows that sweeteners like sucralose, aspartame, and saccharin, the pink, yellow, and blue ones, can throw off your gut microbiome. These sweeteners can reduce beneficial bacteria like lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. Emerging research also suggests that high sucralose consumption may alter gut bacteria in a way that depletes a specific amino acid helpful for the immune system. Research is constantly evolving, so use this insight as a prompt for further exploration. The solution here is pretty simple. Ditch the diet sodas and artificially sweetened products. Try sparkling water with a squeeze of lime or lemon or an herbal iced tea. If you really need a sweetener, you can try small amounts of more natural options like monk fruit or stevia, but pay close attention to how your body feels, as these can cause issues for some people too, and we have yet to see more emerging research on these sweeteners. Up next, we're looking at a silent attacker that you might not even realize is in your home, and I'll give you simple ways to lower your exposure starting today. Number 6 is environmental toxins. These are the silent attackers you might not realize you're up against. Every day, chemicals like BPA from plastics and the microplastics that are now found in our water supply and food are being flagged as gut disruptors as well as hormone disruptors. These tiny particles and chemicals can build up in the gut, where studies show they alter the microbiome. This also increases oxidative stress and fuels chronic inflammation. Now, you can't avoid these completely, but you can dramatically reduce your exposure. Stop storing and microwaving your food in plastic. Switch to glass or porcelain. Filter your drinking water with a high-quality filter. And whenever you can, choose fresh foods over those that have been wrapped in plastic. We're about halfway through. If any light bulbs have gone off for you, hit the like button or let me know in the comments which one surprised you the most. If you feel like you've tried everything and are still stuck with symptoms, pay close attention as we get into our top 5 hidden gut health stressors. Number 5 is overlooked infections. If you have stubborn daily bloating, crushing fatigue, skin problems, or new food sensitivities that just won't go away, you might need to do some deeper detective work. An overlooked or hidden gut overgrowth, like SIBO or small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, a yeast like Candida, or even parasites could be your hidden root causes. SIBO, for example, is when bacteria from your large intestine set up camp and overgrow in your small intestine. They ferment the food that you eat way too early along your digestive tract, which leads to intense gas, bloating, pain, and sometimes diarrhea or constipation. These conditions are often missed in standard checkups and can look a lot like IBS. If your gut symptoms are chronic and won't go away, stop guessing. It's time to test. Find a forward-thinking gastroenterologist or a functional medicine practitioner who can order the right tests, like a breath test for SIBO, to figure out what's really going on. But what happens when the very treatment for an infection can also harm your gut? Next up, we're going to talk about antibiotics and how to protect yourself when you truly need them. Number 4 is antibiotic use or overuse. Let's be clear, antibiotics can be lifesavers, but their overuse has become a massive problem for our gut health. A single course can thin out beneficial microbes, and it can take months or even years for your gut to rebuild its diversity. This leaves you more vulnerable to opportunistic overgrowths and can cause digestive issues and a weaker immune response. That's why it's vital to use antibiotics only when they're truly needed for bacterial infections, not for viruses like the common cold. Always have a conversation with your doctor about whether an antibiotic is truly necessary. And if you do need one, support your gut along the way. Take a multi-strain probiotic, especially with lactobacillus and bifidobacterium strains, a few hours apart from your antibiotic dose. And afterwards, double down on a wide variety of high fiber and fermented foods if you can tolerate them so that your gut garden can grow back. Strains and dosing should be individualized with your clinician as well. Number 3 is hidden food intolerances. I'm not talking about full-blown immediate allergic reactions here. I'm talking about low-grade, slow-burn sensitivities that create a constant simmering state of inflammation. Common foods like gluten, dairy, corn, soy, and eggs can trigger a delayed immune response in some people. The symptoms aren't always obvious either, and they can show up hours or even days after you actually consume the food. Common symptoms to look out for include bloating, brain fog, acne, joint pain, and fatigue. You might never actually connect the symptom to the food you ate 2 days ago, but that chronic low-grade inflammation is a direct hit to your gut lining, contributing to leaky gut and other health issues that we've discussed. If you think this is you, the best way to find out is with a well-planned elimination diet. For 21 days, remove the most common food triggers. This allows your immune system to reset and then introduce them in an organized way, one by one, every 2 to 3 days. Then keep a journal of how you feel. This makes you your own food detective, but it can always help to have the guidance of a practitioner. And speaking of hidden inflammation, the next point tackles a major source of it that's likely in your kitchen cabinet right now. Number 2 is chronic inflammation from vegetable oils. For decades, we were told to swap out butter for vegetable oils. It turns out that advice wasn't the whole story. Many highly processed oils like soybean, corn, canola, and sunflower oil are loaded with omega-6 fatty acids. We need some omega-6s in our diet, but our modern standard American diet delivers an excess that can tilt toward inflammation. This constant inflammatory state creates a hostile environment for beneficial bacteria and can drive dysbiosis. So the solution is to change your oils. Ditch the highly refined vegetable oils and make extra virgin olive oil your go-to, especially in its raw form. If you're cooking, try a higher smoke point oil like avocado or coconut oil. Then balance the pattern by adding omega-3s, salmon or sardines 2 to 3 times a week, or daily chia seeds, flax seeds, and walnuts. And now for our number 1 saboteur, a single factor that can undermine all of your other gut healing efforts. Number 1 is chronic stress. This saboteur is attacking your gut day in and day out. Your gut and your brain are in constant communication through the gut-brain axis. When you're chronically stressed, your brain sends signals that disrupt digestion both through the nervous system and directly to the microbiome. Stress raises cortisol levels, increases intestinal permeability, and shifts motility toward constipation or diarrhea. It can also change the composition of your gut bacteria, reducing the helpful species and letting the less helpful ones overgrow. It's no coincidence that a stressful week can lead to digestive flare-ups. Now, you can't eliminate stress completely, but you can build resilience to it and change your relationship to it where possible. Before each meal, take 3 slow, deep breaths. This flips your nervous system from fight or flight into that rest and digest mode, preparing your gut to receive food. The daily 5-minute quiet practice can help to lower cortisol and give your gut the calmer environment it needs to heal. So there you have it, the 10 everyday things that are secretly attacking your gut. As a quick recap, we covered a sedentary lifestyle, sleep deprivation, ultra-processed foods, artificial sweeteners, environmental toxins, hidden gut infections, antibiotic overuse, food intolerances, inflammatory vegetable oils, and the #1 gut wrecker, chronic stress. I know it can seem like a lot, but the key is to just start with one thing. Don't try to fix everything at once. Pick one of the things from the list that resonated with you today and focus on that one simple swap. Small, consistent changes help to repair the gut, rebalance the microbiome, and lower the inflammatory load that fuels so many chronic conditions. If you found this helpful, give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe, and watch this video on 12 hidden stressors that are secretly affecting your health. It pairs perfectly with today's topic and gives you quick wins to lower stress and those signals that are overburdening your gut health. I'm Dr. Kenny Mittelstadt, Root Cause Health Detective. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.